many victims potentially do you think there could be?
Thousands. Thousands. I've talked to hundreds that I deal with still myself. I have 3 victims right now who are willing to give testimony about not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well. They're a nasty little couple. They do nasty things.
What do you think happened with Kim
Keeping people against their will. Putting people on planes while they're unconscious, just like Aaliyah got on that plane. Unconscious. There's a lot of things that people don't want to talk about, Pierce.
Listen, like I said, Jay-Z and Beyonce are not here, unfortunately, to respond to that.
I know. I'm just being honest with you.
Jaguar Wright just blew the lid off what Jay-Z forced Beyonce to do just to stay famous. Word is, the deals she had to make behind them in closed doors, the circles she got pulled into, and the pressure that came with it were darker than the perfect image they sold us. This one hitting raw, and folks are asking, is Beyonce's fame and stage power just performance, or is there something deeper going on behind the curtain? If your ear's been down to the hood, you know Jaguar Wright been calling out the real power dynamics in that marriage. She's been loud for years about how Jay-Z operates, not just as a businessman or rapper, but as a gatekeeper who knows how to control narratives and people. Jaguar exposing how Jay forced Beyonce into certain situations to keep her career on top. Not regular industry moves, but deals that crossed lines, circles that demanded loyalty, and pressure that came with staying relevant in a game that eats its own. Now pause right there, because this hits different when you remember how the public saw their relationship. The perfect power couple, billion-dollar empire, flawless image. But Jaguar saying behind that picture was control.
I know y'all hate to admit it, and I'm okay with my opinion being unpopular because I know it's the right one. Jay-Z was a good pick for Beyonce, period. Do y'all realize it's like LeBron James being married to Steph Curry? It's insane that those 2 legends can coexist in the same household and have been doing so for over 20 years. Successfully. I really think Jay-Z and Beyonce will be together forever. When she says, I think you're so cool, she means it. And because it's true. Like, did y'all see that crowd going crazy?
This is our news, and no one talks about this power couple called Jay-Z and Beyonce, how they went through their ups and downs, their betrayals and all of that, and went and seeked counseling to fix their freaking marriage that they had for years. Meanwhile, online, of course, a lot of women was like, Beyonce should leave him. She don't need him. Beyonce should, you know what? How about a family? How about Beyonce's kids? Huh? Beyonce was a bigger woman.
Jay allegedly using leverage to keep Beyonce locked in the lane he wanted. The kind of leverage that don't come from love, but from secrets, deals, and knowing too much about what happens in them elite circles. Jaguar hinting Jay had ways to make sure Beyonce stayed committed, stayed performing, stayed in the spotlight no matter what it cost her personally. Think about the timeline. Beyonce rising as a solo artist after Destiny's Child. Jay-Z already established and moving in powerful rooms, and connecting how that relationship allegedly wasn't organic from the start. It was strategic. Jay allegedly made sure Beyonce understood the game, the price of staying famous, the circles she had to enter, and things she allegedly had to do or accept to keep rising. Jaguar dropping this got the streets replaying old interviews and red carpet moments with new eyes. The smiles now look calculated. The power couple image now feels like a cover. Here's where it gets darker, because Jaguar ain't stopping at Jay and Beyonce. She linking it straight to Diddy's world. Now don't come for me only reporting what the street is saying. Word is Diddy had tapes, stuff that could destroy careers if it got out. Jaguar exposing how Jay allegedly used that kind of pressure too. Diddy and Jay-Z were tight at one point, running in the same circles. Jaguar saying Jay knew about Diddy's private sessions, the wild gatherings, the compromising situations.
I'm having a great night.
And instead of distancing himself completely, he allegedly used similar tactics to keep Beyonce in line. The same way Diddy controlled people with recordings and secrets, Jay did it with Beyonce to protect the empire. Ask yourself, how deep does the control run when a man like Jay-Z forces his own wife into situations just to keep her famous? That question got the streets heated. Jaguar Wright has been one of the loudest voices calling out both Jay-Z and Diddy for years. In multiple interviews and viral clips, she's described a system where power isn't just about money, it's about control, about who has information, who has leverage, and who can move without consequences. In one interview, she even compared Jay-Z and Diddy to being inseparable in how they operate, suggesting that their connection runs deeper than just business or friendship.
Tell me something. When you have a peanut butter jelly sandwich, if it's just peanut butter, it's just peanut butter. If it's just jelly, it's jelly. When you put it together, it becomes a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and the taste is undeniable.
You saying Diddy and Jay-Z is peanut butter jelly?
Peanut butter and jelly.
Jaguar revealing how Beyonce allegedly had to participate in things she might not have wanted. Private environments, deals with powerful men, maintaining an image that hid the real cost. The same circles Diddy ran, the same pressure that allegedly broke other artists. Jaguar making it plain, Beyonce wasn't just performing, she was surviving a system that demanded everything. The Pimp C situation adds another layer. Pimp C was outspoken. He called out Jay heavy, turned down big money because he didn't trust the energy. Jaguar connecting how Pimp C allegedly had a tape, something involving Beyonce or the circles around her. Pimp C got taken out before he could fully expose it.
That's right. So I immediately picked up the phone and called Pimp C. Because all I was trying to get was 100,000. When Dame cut that $1 million, I called Pimp on the phone like, yo, Pimp, and him and Jamal was in the house. And I could hear a tussle or some type of confrontation, right? And I'm like, calm down, bro. Y'all calm down, Pimp.
I ran up the cable bill.
They was fighting. Okay, they was fighting like hard. And I'm like, Pimp, stop whatever you doing right now. I told you what's going down with Jamal when you moved him up in there. I said, but right now, I got $1 million check for you. And all we wanted was 100,000. I was just like, who is that with? I said, with Rockefeller. He was like, what? I was like, yeah. He was like, I'm watching Dan with the checkbook, he writing out. He was like, ain't that with, over there with Jay-Z? I was like, yeah. He was like, man, tell him to take that check to go give it to Tupac Mama, man. He's gonna be stealing all my shit. I was like, what?
Official story was lean and sleep apnea, but Jaguar and others saying it was too convenient, but the whole thing still didn't sit right. Pimp C was staying at the Mandarin Hotel in West Hollywood, California, working on new music and performing with Too Short. On the morning of December 4th, 2007, Pimp was supposed to be flying back home, where his wife and cousin were waiting to scoop him up at the airport. But when they couldn't get hold of him, his wife called the hotel to check on him. That's when they found him unresponsive in his room, and paramedics declared him dead shortly after. Now, here's where it gets real messy. DJ Paul from 3-6 Mafia said that Pimp's manager described the scene. Pimp's body was found lying like he was praying, but there was blood everywhere, like he had been hit. They thought he might have been struck in the head, but it didn't make sense. Too Short, who was tight with Pimp, said the whole explanation never gave him any closure, and to this day, he still can't accept what went down.
Like, tell me something. Like, you know what I mean? And the most I could get was, I never got if the door was locked and I just had to break it down. Because if the door wasn't locked, that means somebody left out.
Right.
If the door was locked, that means he felt good, he locked it, he was in there.
Right.
It's a whole different level of what happened. A lot of shit goes out the window if I just know that part.
Right.
But then, it's like, I heard some shit about he had his clothes on or something, I don't know. Like, I don't really know if all this is true, but I just heard parts like, I'm like, what happened to my guy?
Right.
And then they come out with the official, it was a mixture of some stuff. the prescription and something else or something that I don't really know. But with me, I never really heard something that would give that closure for me.
Taking Pimp C wasn't bad enough? You just want to go down there and you want to just remove all of the balls from every real gangster in Houston?
This gets deeper when you look at Aaliyah. Y'all remember her? The streets been talking about her for years. Photos online shows they all been in the same circle. Aaliyah allegedly rejected Jay-Z, stayed independent. Then her plane crashed in 2001, official accident. But Jaguar and others saying the timing was too perfect. Aaliyah out the way, Beyonce's path clearer. Jaguar exposing how Jay allegedly made sure nothing stood in the way of Beyonce's rise, even if it meant dark moves behind the scenes.
Sean Carter is responsible for enacting Hype Williams to put Aaliyah on a faulty plane to move her out the way as punishment for rejecting him, and so he could level up Beyonce, who was struggling. Let's just say allegedly that happened.
Aaliyah said no. Beyonce allegedly said yes to the deal. One gone, one became queen. The pattern got the streets connecting dots fast.
I have very little time, so I need to know ahead of time, should I get a bridesmaid dress ready for your wedding with Jay-Z? Are you marrying Jay-Z?
I'm not engaged.
You're not engaged?
I'm not. It's a big fat rumor.
It is, but do you think it's a possibility that you will be engaged?
One day I hope to be married, you know, eventually with children. I grew up with both of my parents and my sister, a big family. It's important to me, so I'd love to have a family.
Yeah, and so when will you and Jay-Z get married then?
Beyonce expressed her sadness about Aaliyah's passing.
She was our age, and it's just scary because that could have been any one of us. And she was an angel, and I know that now she's with God.
But folks weren't buying it. As one user bluntly put it, she knows exactly what happened, and she knows exactly who did it. The smile on her face and the way they all stood. Disgusting. It gets worse for Beyonce. Word is she's been overworked, used, and he even put his hands on her. Remember when Uncle Ron was loud about Jay's controlling attitude? Even making Beyonce hooked on the substance.
Beyonce and Jay-Z will do anything to destroy anyone who speaks out against them. Okay, I get the threats. But you have to remember one thing. I know your deepest secrets. I know so much about you and what you've done. I know so much on how you got where you are. How you stepped on many people.
Dude made a whole lot more wild claims, and just like he predicted, he was dead a few weeks after making these claims, with his social media accounts deleted. Coincidence? Maybe, or maybe not.
Well, they said he died from that pneumonia.
Yes.
You know, just like Kim, just like Brittany Murphy. That pneumonia ain't no joke. Hey, every time somebody get to telling the truth about someone, whoever's been lying, they just say a little prayer and then the pneumonia.
Jaguar didn't stop there. She been loud about how Beyonce allegedly uses certain ritual practices to stay young, fresh, and on top. Closed door preparation sessions, candles, formations on stage that look like symbols. Then there's that Sasha Fierce persona. Jaguar saying that ain't just performance, that's tapping into something deeper to maintain the image. The big question folks been asking, how does a woman stay looking the same for decades while carrying the weight of an empire allegedly built on deals like this? The Diddy tapes for leverage, the circles she had to move in, the image she had to maintain no matter the cost. The same way he allegedly handled Aaliyah's situation and kept Pimp C quiet. Jaguar making it plain, this wasn't love, this was strategy. This hits different when you step back. Jaguar Wright positioning herself as the one willing to say what others scared to. Jay-Z allegedly using Diddy's dirt for control. Beyonce trapped in a marriage that demanded she play the game. And the online community, they've been going wild. One user was blunt, Jay-Z is so sly, he did the same in R. Kelly. Jay-Z would sell Beyonce out to save his neck. Another comment on the J. Diddy situation, and he said they are just business partners. This is sad. Folks, this whole situation shows how deep the game runs. Hollywood and the music industry built on deals most people never see. Jay-Z allegedly forcing Beyonce to accept dark circles just to stay famous. Diddy providing the leverage. Pimp C and Aaliyah as warnings. Jaguar exposing the real cost of that throne. The streets been whispering loud. What if Jaguar Wright and Jay-Z really forced Beyonce into deals with Diddy's world just to keep her famous? What really happened with Pimp C and that alleged tape? And why does it always seem like the women pay the heaviest price while the men build empires? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for the latest scoop in celebrity drama.